Let me ask you something. When you see a brand new car, nice rims, fresh paint, that new car smell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most people, it's not the price, it's the monthly payment. Oh, it's only $400 a month. I can totally afford that. And that right there, that one sentence, is costing Americans hundreds of thousands of dollars over their lifetime. Right now, the average American car payment is $735 a month. Let that sink in. $735 every single month, just to drive a car. Today, we're going to do the actual math on car payments, and I promise you, by the end of this video, you will never look at a car the same way again. Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first. Let me tell you something about car dealerships that they really don't want you to know. When you walk into a dealership and say, "I'm looking for something around $400 a month," you just handed them all the power. Because now they're not selling you a car, they're selling you a monthly payment. And those are two very different things. Here's how it works. Say a car costs $35,000. That sounds like a lot. Most people would think twice. But spread that over 6 years at a decent interest rate, and suddenly the salesman can say, "It's only $560 a month," and somehow that feels affordable. But here's what they didn't tell you. That $560 a month for 6 years is actually $40,320 total. You paid $5,320 more than the car was worth, just in interest. Before you even factor in insurance, gas, maintenance, and depreciation. The monthly payment made a $35,000 decision feel like a $560 decision. That's not an accident. That's a sales strategy. And almost everyone falls for it, because we were never taught to think any other way. Alright, let's get into the actual numbers, because this is where it gets genuinely scary. Let's take a pretty average American scenario. Someone buys a car for $35,000. They put down $3,500 and finance the remaining $31,500 over 5 years at 7% interest, which is pretty standard right now. Their monthly payment comes out to around $623. Over 5 years, that's $37,380 paid to the finance company for a $31,500 loan. So they paid $5,880 in interest on top of the car price. Add back the $3,500 deposit, and the total financed cost of that car is $40,880. But wait, we're not done. Now add insurance. For a financed car, you're required to carry full coverage. The average American pays around $2,000 a year. Over 5 years, that's $10,000. Add servicing and maintenance, roughly $1,200 a year. Over 5 years, that's $6,000. Add gas. The average American spends around $3,000 a year on gas. Over 5 years, that's $15,000. And here's the kicker, depreciation. That $35,000 car, after 5 years, it's probably worth $14,000 to $17,000. So the car lost around $19,000 in value while you owned it. Let's add it all up. Finance payments, $37,380. Down payment, $3,500. Insurance, $10,000. Maintenance, $6,000. Gas, $15,000. Value lost to depreciation, $19,000. Total real cost, $90,880. For a car that cost $35,000 on the lot. That's not a typo. Nearly $91,000 for a $35,000 car. Over 5 years. Okay, so we've covered what the car actually costs you, but there's another layer to this that most people never think about. It's called opportunity cost, and it might be the most important money concept you ever learn. Opportunity cost simply means every time you spend money on one thing, you're giving up what that money could have done elsewhere. So let's apply that to your car payment. That $623 a month you're paying for your car, what if instead of paying it to a finance company, you invested it every single month? In an S&P 500 index fund, historically averaging around 10% returns per year, $623 a month invested over 5 years grows to roughly $48,000. So not only did the car cost you $91,000 in real costs, it also cost you $48,000 in potential investment growth. The true cost of that car payment isn't $623 a month. It's closer to $139,000 when you factor in what that money could have become. I know that sounds insane, but this is why wealthy people think about money completely differently to everyone else. They don't just ask, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" They ask, "What is this money doing for me? And what could it be doing instead?" Now here's where it gets even worse, because most people don't just get one car payment and pay it off. They get into what I call the upgrade cycle. It goes like this. You finance a car for 5 years. 2 or 3 years in, the dealership sends you a letter, or calls you up, and says, "Great news! You've built up enough equity in your current car. You can upgrade to a newer model for the same monthly payment." And it sounds amazing. Same payment, newer car. Who wouldn't want that? But what actually happens is you roll your existing debt into a new loan. You never finish paying off one car before you start paying for the next one. So instead of being car payment free after 5 years, you're locked into payments for the next 5 years, and then the next 5, and the next. Some Americans have been paying car payments continuously for 20 years. They've never owned a car outright. They've just been renting one from a finance company their entire adult life. And every time they upgrade, the clock resets. More interest, more depreciation, more money out the door. This is not an accident. This is exactly how the car finance industry is designed to work. Keep you in payments forever. Okay, so I've spent the last 13 minutes scaring you about cars. Now let me tell you what to actually do. And I want to be clear. I'm not saying never buy a car. Cars are a necessity for most Americans. I'm saying buy them smarter. Option 1, the save and buy cash strategy. Instead of financing $35,000, save up and buy an $8,000 to $12,000 reliable used car with cash. Yes, it won't be brand new. Yes, it won't have all the features, but it's yours. No monthly payment, no interest, no finance company. Then take the $623 a month you would have been paying and invest it. In 5 years, you've got $48,000 in investments and a car you own outright. Versus the person who financed. They've got a car that's worth $14,000 and no savings. Option 2. Finance smart if you must. If you absolutely need to finance, keep these rules. Keep the loan term to 3 years maximum. The longer the term, the more interest you pay. Put down at least 20% as a down payment. This reduces the loan amount and your monthly payments. Never finance more than 10 to 15% of your annual income. If you earn $50,000 a year, your car loan should be $5,000 to $7,500 maximum. And never ever roll negative equity into a new loan. If you owe more than the car is worth, pay it off before you even think about upgrading. Option 3, the real flex. You know what's actually impressive? Not the car you drive, it's your net worth. The person driving a 10-year-old paid-off Honda and investing $700 a month is going to be a millionaire long before the person driving a brand new financed BMW. Rich people drive average cars. People who look rich drive expensive ones. There's a difference. So let's bring this all together. A car payment isn't just a monthly cost. It's interest eating your money. Depreciation destroying your asset. Opportunity cost stealing your future wealth. And a cycle designed to keep you paying forever. The real cost of an average car payment over 5 years isn't $35,000. It's closer to $91,000 in real money, and $139,000 when you count what that money could have grown into. That doesn't mean don't have a car. It means be smart about how you get one. Save up and buy used with cash if you can. Finance short-term with a big down payment if you must. And never fall for the upgrade cycle. If this opened your eyes, drop a comment below. Do you have a car payment right now? Let me know. And if you want to know what to actually do with the money you save by ditching the car payment, the next video is exactly that.